Hello there, Dr. Sheep here. Welcome back to our TGIF Talks, episode 1.
I have a rather dim idea.
What's your dim idea?
I don't know yet.
I don't know what episode this is. Let's just roll the intro. Well, we're back.
Yeah, we are.
All right, let's try and not be so energetic, I suppose.
Yeah. What's the point in being enthusiastic about anything?
Gee, are you depressed?
Wow, is that how you talk to your friends?
Why?
Wow, you seem rather depressed today. Wow, nice to meet you too.
That's exactly how I talk to people. Where have you been? Have you not met me before? Well, anyways, I'm back from the north.
Yeah. Why?
What do you mean, why?
Why'd you bother coming back?
I mean, as much as I like it up there in the summer, I would hate it up there in the winter.
Yeah.
Too bad I'm not rich, where I can live in the south in the winter and live up north in the summer. But unfortunately, the days I was there were the hottest days of the goddamn year.
105?
No,
Oh.
you know, hot to them. You know, they get 12 days where it's over 90, and I was there for the last few of them. And yeah, I was not. And then the day I left, to go to Minnesota was the coolest day there. They got rain, which apparently they've been dry too. They're in a drought as well. I don't think to the same extent we are. They don't have rivers drying up like we do. Yeah, the Platte's dry again.
Yeah. Missouri's dry again.
What?
It's a dirt path.
I drove over the Missouri. It looked perfectly fine. And the Mississippi.
Must be a different Missouri.
Apparently. I don't know what Missouri you're talking about. I was talking about the Platte River is dry. Of course, I don't remember.
Yeah, that too.
Although, I think it's out by Grand Island. I don't think it's here, because I don't remember. Well, if I did drive over, it was at night, and then... Actually, the interstate doesn't cross the Platte, does it? Or does it?
Going to Omaha? Yeah, it does. You cross the Platte going to Omaha.
I guess I didn't pay attention.
I'm almost positive you do.
I must have not paid attention. Is it by Gretna? I would assume it's by Gretna, right?
I think so. It's not too far outside Omaha.
Why is this a different color?
Why is this on your screen? Well, go to this. Click on layers.
What? We have the Platte right here. It crosses right there.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, no, you're not on geography mode. You're on political map mode or whatever that is. Is this what you wanted?
No. Oh, I'm in terrain. That's why. No way.
Oh, yeah.
No, wait.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Traffic. Yeah, this is terrain mode.
No, but I just turned terrain mode off. It's still the same. They must have updated the colors.
Oh.
Weird. I wonder why. Yeah, they just updated the colors. I guess it's more vibrant this way.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Except I don't like how this should be brown. It's just like this white almost.
Oh, the color has changed over the years. The desert is now like this white sandy color.
Yeah. When it should, and then
no, it's the color of the soil has turned to white.
Has it really? See now then you have the white.
Oh yeah, White Sands National Park.
Should be what? Oh, why is it? What's this?
Wait, does it really just end like that? Like just
no, it's just not loading.
No, it literally just ends.
It's just not. It's not loading in correctly for some reason.
No, zoom in.
But see, it's fine.
No, it has that sharp point. I don't know where that corner is. I want to go to that corner.
What are you talking about? This looks perfectly fine to me.
Wait, there's a yellow sandy part. That must be where a bunch of people. That must be the restroom.
Anyways.
That must be the restroom.
Anyways. Well, should I talk about my trip?
Yeah, well, actually, first, did you see any northern lights?
No. There was a good chance.
It was near the full moon. There was no chance.
No. Like, there was a solar storm literally that week.
Oh.
But the problem was, but for whatever reason, it didn't come south. It was all up in Canada. And there's this rating system they have, and it's like when there's a 5, you should be able to see it. But like for whatever reason, it didn't come south at all. It was weird. So
fires.
Huh?
Oh yeah, how smoky was it up there?
Not that bad.
Really?
It was fine after Saturday.
Because there were 7 mornings last week. It was like, holy moly!
I know.
Like a freaking campfire.
Your brother texted me. What was it? Wednesday? It was Wednesday morning.
Yeah, Wednesday I think was the day that was really bad.
He texted me. He's like, "You see this haze?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, "I'm not in the state." No, I haven't seen the haze.
No, yeah, I think Wednesday was the day that was really bad. I stepped out of my car. I was like, at first I thought there was like someone was smoking a cigarette right behind me. I was like, what the hell? And I started walking. I was like, no, this is a campfire. There's a freaking bonfire out in the parking lot.
No, it's just like your brother is just like, I'm like, have you not
been
paying attention where I am? Have you not been paying attention at all?
No, I think he wanted to know how bad the haze was in Minnesota.
He didn't ask that. He says, he said, have you seen the haze? He did not ask, is there haze where you are? He was like, have you seen the haze? And I'm like, what haze?
Wait, did he just ask that out of nowhere?
Wednesday morning.
That does not seem like something he'd just randomly ask. Just out of the blue.
He did. I just have this text. I'm like, what haze?
What haze? I just can't see him just sending something out of the blue like, have you seen the haze?
I'm like...
Since when do you pay attention to the haze?
And I'm like, I'm not in the... And I'm like, I'm not even in the state. He's like, oh. And I'm like...
Oh.
It's like, well, you'll see it when you come back. I'm like, maybe.
I don't know, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, it was a lot worse when I got into Iowa along I-80. The closer I got to Omaha, the worse it got. But, no, so I left Friday, got up there, we went to the driving range.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, you went golfing. Wait, did you go golfing, or were you driving range? We
did both.
Oh,
But Friday was just the driving range. Saturday was Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Had the best cheeseburger I have ever had in Canada.
Best cheeseburger
I have ever had
in Canada.
Was in Canada.
Oh,
sorry.
I thought you said the best.
Were not.
You said I had the best cheeseburger in Canada.
Nope.
That was the only cheeseburger I've ever had in Canada, but that is besides the point.
It is the only cheeseburger I've ever had in Canada, but it's also the best cheeseburger I've ever had. Period.
Really.
And Rondo, who is a big cheeseburger guy, and if he ever says he likes a cheeseburger, it has to be good because he goes everywhere, and that's just what he orders.
Oh, he went with you?
Yeah. Well, he's the one that took us. His girlfriend took us. Anyways, he was like, this is the best cheeseburger I've ever had. It wasn't like the juiciest cheeseburger, but it just, the meat was really well seasoned, and it had a crust on it. Like, I don't know, it was really good. It had this, I think I may or may not like mayo now, because the day before we went to a restaurant and I ordered a club. Nowhere in the menu did it mention it was going to have mayo on it. And then I get it, I'm like, well, I guess I'll just man up and take a bite, and if I hate it, I guess I'll send it back. If I don't, whatever, I'll just deal with it. I didn't even really taste it. So the next day, when we were in Canada, the cheeseburger was going to come with lettuce, tomato, and then this herbal mayo, and then cheese. Alice just like, hold the tomato. No.
The tomato?
One step at a time here. I still hate tomatoes here. And then once again, the herbal mayo really didn't have much or really any flavor at all. But no, the cheeseburger was really good. That's when we went to that museum.
They had one constellation exhibit.
Pretty much. I mean, they had like a whole science museum type thing in the basement, but...
Any of it interesting?
I mean, the most fun part was the pulleys.
The pulleys?
You had a chair that somebody could sit in, and then it had ropes and pulleys showing the effectiveness of more pulleys. And you can just hoist yourself up, like, really high into the air, surprisingly. And then, you can just let go. It's supposed to just slowly let you go back down.
You came crashing down.
But I was just like, no, I'm not testing that today. So, you get yourself up there, and you're like, shit, so then you have to, like, it's harder to let yourself down, because that's when you're...
You should have just let go and come crashing down.
I thought about it. I really did think about it. I did it. I was shocked you could still do it with just one pulley, to be honest. Pick yourself up with one pulley.
It was probably quite difficult, though, right? Or no?
I mean, it was difficult, but it wasn't like...
Oh, strenuous.
No. You had to work, but like you were working harder to just hold on to the rope than you were really to like, yank yourself up. You're spending more energy trying to make sure the rope didn't slip and give you a nasty rope burn than anything.
Just let go at the top.
On the one pulley, that might have been really fast. They had a mirror. I don't know what it's, but basically had like a room that was just like mirrors on all sides, pretty much, and then it had some light, some like tube lights, and it created this really funky pattern. Here, I'll show you my video of it.
Good morning.
Okay, it's somewhere here in Saturday. Oh no! Actually, wait. I want to show you this exhibit first. I think you'll find this one really interesting. Not the fish. After the fish. Just waiting for my.
Mollusk?
No, not it doesn't. Not the fish. I couldn't get closer without it skipping too far ahead. So this exhibit shows you the sun.
Oh, cool.
As it travels through the
sky.
Yeah.
And it doesn't ever go below the horizon.
Yeah. Now I don't know if this happens in Manitoba. I don't know if Manitoba's far enough north, but. Oh, this was a pirate. They had not a pirate ship, but there was a ship. Because Manitoba, because Manitoba does have a shoreline in the Hudson Bay. So I think this was like either some merchants or some people looking for the Northwest Passage. I'm not sure. The guy did not. I didn't ask the guy. But here we go. So this is one room where it was just 3 mirrors. And it just goes on and on and on. That was pretty cool.
Huh. You can see behind your head.
Yeah. Just kind of. This is the room I wanted to show you. They have one like this in Dubai. But like it's even bigger. It's just trippy. Because there's mirrors up and down too.
Is there mirrors on top of you?
Yeah.
On the floor?
See, I'm wearing socks.
Oh.
And you can see the reflection on my legs.
Oh, can you not wear shoes in there?
No. You're supposed to put on these booties, and you see Rondo's girlfriend, Badass Bitch, has the booties on. But I just went in with my socks. Oh, there we go. No, but they have a place like this in Dubai apparently, but it was just wild. Well, anyways, so there was that. They had had one of those pegboards, like they had in the children's museum.
Okay.
Where you remember how we'd always...
Oh, yeah.
Except theirs was horizontal and there was metal pegs. Which, I don't know, it was alright. I didn't want to crawl underneath it, though, and play around more. So then Sunday, we actually went golfing. What I find was funny about it... what's funny is Buck sent me a video of the orangutan. Have you seen the video of the orangutan driving the golf cart? Type in ape driving golf cart. There it is. Oh. So you just had this orangutan just vibing as it driving along the golf cart. And and there's people making memes about it. And he sends me a meme about it and I'm like, oh, that's me in the next vlog. I think it was like me and my buddies driving around the golf course drunk or whatever, and I'm like, this is me in the next vlog.
Yeah, that's you right there, touching the trees as you drive by.
Absolutely. I don't know if he's actually driving. He's got his foot on the gas, so maybe. Can you teach a ape how to drive?
They did.
Or is it just remote control? I really want to know. I don't know. She looks mad. My dad.
Just chilling, enjoying the ride. So precious.
She can drive is amazing in itself.
But her mannerisms of human is creepy.
So she can't. So we can teach apes how to drive. Interesting. Anyways, so yeah. So then there's my dumbass at the golf course driving around.
Oh, you didn't golf at home?
Oh no, I did. You watch me biff the frickin' ball several times. So now here's the scene I was talking about. Now here's me driving, and we drive through I drive through the tee box, and he's like, "You're not supposed to do that." And I'm like, "Well, nobody told me not to until it was too late." So yeah, you're not supposed to drive here. So then Monday we went to. So then was Sunday. We also went and saw his office there in North Dakota.
What does he do?
He's getting his master's. He's researching chronic wasting disease. So then Monday we went to
Does he have family in Minnesota, or why is he in Minnesota?
No, he just went up there to study to get his master's. Because I guess that was the master's program interested in him.
Oh, he just liked the school there and what they do?
I guess. I never really asked him why he picked North Dakota, other than I guess they were willing to pay him or whatever. So no, then we went to Turtle State Park, which we'd gone to before, except this time it was nice and sunny and not trying to snow on me. We played a lot of this virtual putt game.
Do you have to pay a fee for out of state to go to Turtle State Park?
You have to pay to go in regardless, but he has a pass. So we just went in. We've walked pretty much the entire park now. What we walked last time plus what we walked this time, we've walked pretty much.
Is there a lot of turtles? Why the name Turtle State Park?
There's a Turtle River State Park. Sorry.
Oh.
The name of the river is Turtle River, which there are supposed to be a lot of turtles. I've never seen a turtle there. He says he's seen one or two.
What an interesting name.
But it wasn't that. It was cloudy that day, so the turtles weren't out sunning themselves. So then we played this putt game. We did this a lot. We were trying to finish all of these courses, but some of the courses take fucking forever. I remember one time we accidentally turned the amount of time we had, because you can set the amount of time you have to do all your before you get the ball in the hole. and we had set it to accidentally set it really low, and probably went on the hardest map in the entire game. Like, I think they were like par. I think it was like a par 6, or like par 7. It was stupid because you would literally just. And you have to just navigate your way through, and like bits of the courses would move around, and oh my god! Now, but no, we played this game.
Is it like a Wii controller or a Xbox controller?
Yeah, he's just playing on an Xbox controller, so you don't have to like play like like we had to do on the Wii, but it's more like. Did you ever play 8-ball on your phone? Mm-mm. Okay. It's pretty much just 8-ball pool. Okay. So it's pretty much just pool, but with a golf ball.
Okay.
Then Tuesday I left and headed to Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm. You get cheese?
So Wisconsin gas stations suck ass. There wasn't anything local or interesting. They weren't really... Like, I wanted to get a shot glass from my boss. I got her one from Canada. But I wanted to get her one from Wisconsin. And the only Wisconsin shot glasses I found were in Target. This town only has like 20,000 people, but because you're in the Twin City area... all these towns are pretty much just connected. And like I was talking with Outback, and he was just like, "There's not that many people that live here." I'm like, "Outback, I bet you there are more people that live in the Twin City area than there are in my entire state." He Googles, he's like, "Damn, you're right. There's 3 million people live in the Twin City area compared to the 1.8, 1.9 that live here." So I was just like, "Told you."
Mm-hmm.
So it's just the infrastructure is insane. You would hate driving there.
In Twin City?
Yes. It's not a navigable place because there's no grid. Because everything's bisected by giant freaking interstates and crap. Because there's so many freaking people that live in the area. Like when you zoom in on it on Google Maps, you'll kind of get what I'm talking about.
I need to zoom way up. There's Minneapolis.
But look at all the freaking major interstates that run, major highways that run through it and bisect it. So like it's not navigable at all. Anyways, so I went to the Mall of America, as you know. Mm-hmm. I went to their Barnes and Noble. It sucked.
It sucked.
It's bigger than normal, but instead of having... So they have more of like, the Lego sets and that kind of crap. And they have a lot more fiction books. Their non-fiction book section, I think, was smaller than the one here in Lincoln.
So they didn't have many books on like science and physics?
They did, but like nothing that
piqued your... So you didn't even buy a book?
Mm-mm. But like I looked around, I'm just like, I mean... And I was talking over with Outback, and it makes sense. Because think about it this way. Think if you're a tourist, a regular tourist, not us, regular tourist. What kind of tourist is going to walk into a bookstore, in the Mall of America and be like, "Oh, I need the new book on stars or whatever"? No, they're going to look for a story to read on their drive home, or on the plane ride home.
Yeah,
and they're not really looking.
Fair enough.
So, Kyle would love it. Their fantasy section was huge. So I think he'd have a grand old time at the Mall of America.
In that section.
In that Barnes and Noble. Mm-hmm. If you want to burn money, you can have fun. If you don't want to burn money, you're going to walk around aimlessly, and it's going to feel like a regular-ass mall. It was nice, though, if you go on like a freaking Tuesday, Tuesday afternoon, because it's pretty, pretty empty. I mean, there's still a lot more people than like you'd see in a regular mall, but it wasn't, you didn't have to wait in line really for anything. I guess if you went at lunch, then you'd have to wait in line. There's a putt-putt course. I didn't go on the putt course. There's the amusement park, but it's the Nickelodeon Fun Zone. And everyone's like, somebody at work was like, why didn't you go on the roller coaster? I'm like, it was the Nickelodeon Fun Zone. And they're like, so? And I'm like, It's for children. I would be a grown-ass man going in there by myself to go ride on a roller coaster meant for children. She's like, I could see that might be a problem. I'm like, exactly.
I can't going to the park with children.
Yeah. There was an aquarium that would have been really cool. It'd been kind of like the zoo where you have the big dome you walk through in a big tunnel. I think theirs was like really long. I think that was their whole thing. But, that was going to cost money. And I was like, I don't want to spend money on that. I thought about it, but I found Margaritaville. Because did I ever show you the video of the guy who visited every single rainforest cafe in Margaritaville?
What? No. I don't know nothing about that.
Do you have like 4 hours to burn on this?
Say what?
Okay, so there's 4 videos made by 2 YouTubers.
Okay.
There's one they did last summer. They went to every single rainforest cafe in the United States and Canada.
Okay.
They then this year went to every single Margaritaville in the United States and Canada.
What is a rainforest cafe in Margaritaville?
So you know who Jimmy Buffett, the guy that just died?
Jimmy Buffett?
He literally died apparently last week. I didn't even know. He literally died, I think, the day before I went to the Margaritaville. Basically, he wrote a song called Margaritaville, then decided to start a themed restaurant chain of Margaritavilles. It's basically they're beach cabana themed restaurants with okay food.
Okay.
And it's all based around his songs. So the walls are plastered with lyrics from his songs and quotes from his songs. There's also they play his songs over and over and over again. And that was this year. There's the Rainforest Cafe, and so that's a themed restaurant. So that's why it's in the Mall of America. These themed restaurants, there aren't a lot of them. But they're spread across the United States, and Margaritaville's worldwide, I think. But they're spread across the United States and the world. They're kind of a niche thing. They started off in the 20th century. They're not too big now because nobody wants to go to a restaurant, especially just because, it's themed like a beach cabana. And I guess if you go to the one in Florida, like the original one, I think is like the best Margaritaville.
Okay.
Because it's got really good food. You can literally just walk out onto a white sand beach. Again, I can show you these videos. Anyways, then there's the Rainforest Cafe. It's a restaurant with animatronic animals in a rainforest.
Ooh.
There's a thunderstorm every 20 minutes.
Ooh.
I thought about going to eat in one of them.
So they had one of those in Mall of America?
They sit right across from each other.
Oh.
One Rainforest Cafe and one Margaritaville.
Right in the Mall of America.
And they sit right across from each other.
Cool.
And had I known Jimmy Buffett had just died, I would have gone to the Margaritaville. I didn't realize he died until later that day. But I stood in kind of the same area that these YouTubers stood on their giant road trip across America to see these restaurants. So I had to do it. I was super excited.
It looks like there's no one there. What time were you there?
Like I said, it was like 3 in the afternoon. It's like 2 in the afternoon on a Tuesday.
Yeah, all the high schoolers are still in school.
There were still some high schoolers. I think they were on vacation with their parents though. Yeah, so there's the Margaritaville, and then behind these kiosks.
Where you're looking at the floor.
Well, yeah, I didn't want to just have a freaking camera out and have people, and then the Rainforest Cafe is right there. I thought about getting merch or whatever, but I was like, nah. I already spent a bunch of money in Canada. I didn't want to do that. Anyways, so then after this. And Outback was like, okay, I'm almost done with work, so I was like, all right, I'll head over to Hudson.
Okay.
So I drove over to Wisconsin. I crossed the Mississippi. I thought that was the bordering river. It is the bordering river, 30 miles further south. But in this spot, no, because you have to cross what would, I guess, effectively be a peninsula to then get over to the St. Croix River. And now here I would think that the border marker would be in the middle, kind of like with Nebraska and Iowa, somewhere in the middle of the river. No, it's on the opposite shore. It's like when you cross, just before you hit the shore, it says "Welcome to Wisconsin." I was like, well, "That's weird." So I drove through downtown Hudson.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very nice neighborhood.
Okay.
Not as nice as Outback's town in Stillwater.
Okay.
Here's Stillwater. Stillwater, I went and drove around that the next morning.
Uh-huh.
It was beautiful. This little town here, absolutely gorgeous. I drove all around here. Their downtown's currently under construction, so that was a little annoying. But it's a beautiful little town. But once again, it's a pain in the ass to navigate this because you have this interstate bisecting things, and you have these major highways, and yeah, and it's really interesting. Like I asked him, like, how the hell do you live here in the winter? Because there's a big hill. I don't show it in here. Mm-hmm. Well, I actually am going up part of it. But there's a giant hill in the middle of the town. Because think about it, right? You have the river here, and then you have to go up, up in elevation. Mm-hmm. And so, actually, yeah, I am going up part of the hill here. But this is in Hudson. This is on the other side, down here. That's in here. Mm-hmm. Hudson's weird, because, like, I thought this was the entire town here. But no, there's much more over here. And because the interstate goes right through it, you get all kinds of, like, amenities. So there's a Target, there's a Walmart, there's a Home Depot. I went to a new place I'd never been to, a Fleet Farm. It's like you took a Home Depot, Menards, Tractor Supply, and molded it into one. And Outback says it's the man's mall.
The man's mall.
Anything a man could ever need or want, you could find in a Fleet Farm.
Oh, cool.
It's a very interesting place.
Cool.
He said this is one of the more interesting ones because usually Fleet Farms have like a big silo.
Oh, okay.
This one does not. I saw more fishing rods there than I've ever seen. Oh, this is where I saw the Wisconsin merchandise. I thought I saw it in Target. No, it was in Fleet Farm.
So you get a map and stuff?
No.
Oh.
I couldn't find any Wisconsin visitor centers.
So you're going to need to go to AAA and buy like 20 maps. Well, I don't think you buy them. I think you just pick them up. You're going to need to go to AAA and get like 20 maps.
Well, see, here's the thing. We'll get to the map quest later on. But, so we walked around here for a while. I saw more fishing rods than I've ever seen. I saw hunting rifles that were too damn cheap for their own good. Like, you shoot it, it might shoot once, and that's it.
Oh.
I'm like, this is $300?
$2 pistol.
No, the pistols were appropriately priced, but some of them anyways.
Hotter than a $2 pistol.
But the rifles, no, they were not.
Hotter than a $2 pistol.
Yeah, we drove around here because we were looking for a map and shot glasses. But no, when I was finding Wisconsin merch, I found Green Bay Packers shot glasses, which I was like, I don't think she'll want that. I found University of Wisconsin shot glasses. I'm like, oh, she sure as hell won't want that. And then there were Brewers shot glasses, and I was like, I don't think she'll want Brewers shot glasses. So I was like, pass. So like, these are the only three things. Wisconsin is just garbage. Absolute garbage. The town was, their downtown where we walked through was really nice, but the rest of town, just modern American consumerism. Blech. Trash. But the Stillwater is really nice. It's not as big because it doesn't have the amenities. But it's a really nice, neat little town. They have steamboats. Like old paddle wheel steamboats.
Huh.
And they have these marinas. These are all sailboats.
Yeah.
Just a ton of them. It's insane.
Cool.
So, definitely, yeah. So I'm going back next year. So this is why Google was confused, because this is where I crossed over. It must have weird. Oh yeah, well duh. That's why it looked. They made the stream that made this come out really far, which is why it felt like I crossed over onto land right after crossing from Minnesota to Wisconsin. That explains it. Anyways,
So wait, so did you try any cheese?
no, because there weren't.
'Cause you said you went to gas stations and stuff, but I don't know if you went to like a grocery store or anything. And
Didn't have any like local stuff. Everything was like, if I want it, I can go here.
So where would you have to go to get authentic Wisconsin
Well,
cheese?
he said there's a place, I think somewhere down here, that he Hillsdale? No, he said there's he rattled off the name of a town that's like the most famous Wisconsin cheese, and he says if you want to go there to get your Wisconsin cheese, because that's like it's made there too or whatever. It's somewhere in this area. It's like a half-hour drive, but it was going to be out of my way. I didn't want to, so I didn't have.
Well, next year we'll make it. You can make it a mission.
I guess I can, because I don't really feel the need to go to Mall of America again, so I can go find the cheese. It was just more driving. I didn't want to burn.
You don't
more
want to
gas.
take like a week off. Well, see, I was curious if you got to take a week off because like you came back Thursday.
But I'm staying in a hotel and that's expensive.
Yeah, I suppose.
So.
I suppose, yeah.
It was interesting. I've never stayed in a hotel by myself before, so that was fun. Never just bought a room for myself. That was interesting. Their breakfast kind of, it was a Super 8, so, it is what it is. Next time, maybe I'll stay in Stillwater instead of Hudson.
There you go.
But anyways, no, so there's ways of going and getting it. It's just I don't remember. But I'll have to go. I'll do some more. I'll ask him next time. I'll talk to Outback more and figure out what I need to do. Oh, here's the town he was talking about where the Missouri and the St. Croix meet. The Mississippi and the St. Croix, sorry. In Hastings. The meet right here.
You zoomed in on the water molecules. Those are water molecules.
I'm sure they are. Well, anyways. So, the next day, I went down to Ames to visit Rooster.
Iowa, right?
Yeah. Visited Rooster, and then drove home. I didn't get home till like 7 o'clock because he wasn't available till 2.
Oh.
And it's a 7-hour drive total from Stillwater to home.
So you basically got home and then what? Made dinner and went to bed?
Pretty much.
You worked Saturday too or no?
Yeah, I worked yesterday. So, I work every Saturday in September now.
Oh boy.
Basically until like the week before our trip. I work every Saturday until then.
Yeah.
And then I don't work that weekend before our trip, the weekend of our trip. And then I'm pretty sure unless we hire somebody, I will work every weekend until the end of time.
Oh boy.
So, that's fun.
Yeah, we still need to decide what we're doing on when we get back. So the first day, obviously it's just driving down to Albuquerque. Next day, obviously you'll stay in the parking lot, watch the eclipse, and then it's after that I haven't decided.
Yeah, I will say I found a hack to getting maps.
Oh yeah, maps. We're talking about that.
So I found a hack to getting maps because I already had the North Dakota one.
Oh, is the Arizona one I wanted because I think that one would be really cool.
I got Minnesota and Iowa, but the hack is you got to be on a somewhat major stretch of interstate,
okay,
in a not very large residential area, obviously we're in this area. I was on I-94. Did not. I mean, unless you get.
So your technique didn't work for Wisconsin.
Did not work for Wisconsin, but I think had you crossed somewhere else into Wisconsin, it might have worked better.
No.
On like an I-90 over here.
I think an Arizona map would be really cool, just because Arizona has a lot of this interesting national parks. No, Colorado too. Colorado has a lot of state parks, just because all the mountains and stuff, and all the different terrain there.
Yeah. Well, and it hasn't worked in Colorado because we haven't been to a Colorado visitor center. I don't know if there are any.
But yeah, there's a lot of like national monuments and stuff in Colorado. I think it'd be kind of cool.
But I got an Iowa map, thinking I needed an Iowa map, and I forgot I bought an Iowa map. I bought an Iowa and Missouri map. I don't need them, so I don't need the Iowa map anymore. Now I have 2 Iowa maps, but they kind of show different things. I'm pretty sure because this says it's a transportation map. And honestly, I was looking at it. It wasn't very detailed, to be honest. So it's probably better to hold on. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but... No, but yeah, I'm still...
Does this say... Oh, this is a highway map.
That's Nebraska. South Dakota. Which is weird that it's the only one that's not in the same, like, relative form factor.
That is interesting.
And the North Dakota one's glossy, but that's probably because I got it in a different... Well, no, that is the official one, so I don't know.
Huh.
Why it's different, but who knows? Anyways,
well, it's not made by the same company, is it? This is Randy McNally.
Well, these are all going to be made by whoever the state hires out to do it.
I bet if you bought all Randy McNally maps, it'd all be the same.
Well, yeah, because I bought these in a gas station here in Lincoln. The North Dakota one I got back in North Dakota last year, which set me on this journey of getting all these maps. But I don't know. I think this is a fun way to cross off the states. I still need to go and etch off Wisconsin, though.
Yeah.
I also need to add it to my other stuff. But I've been busy. I had to construct a pressure chamber today.
Oh yeah, then we need to decide when we want to do be a Chicago, Indiana Dunes,
In Michigan.
and Michigan. Yeah.
Well, so that's what I was thinking about. Because now that this trip is complete, I now got to start thinking about when I want to visit them next year. And they really want me to visit them in June.
June.
Problem
well,
is...
next year, June is when they want to do the California trip.
I know. That's the problem. I was just
then you do it the next week. Take like a week and a half off. Yeah, you're 10 days, right? You're 10 days.
No, because we take an 8-day trip.
Yeah, so then just add, so then so you're going to take your 10 days plus 3 more or whatever.
Ah! That would also...
Basically, you'll come home Saturday, wash your clothes, and then we'll leave again Sunday.
Oh, I also thought about that. I don't know how you're going to come on this trip with me.
Why?
Because I just don't know where you're going to stay. Because it's going to be weird.
Would there be no room for me?
Well, yeah.
I'd be on the couch or on the floor? Is there a couch?
Yeah. Or, and like, I don't know, it'd just be weird them, because, like, they feed me while I'm there. It'd be weird having you sit there and eat too, since they don't know you like they know me.
Yeah.
But so, we're going to Theodore next year.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. Because that was it was like, since it's probably like, potentially my last year going up there. And I said the 2 things I wanted to do, Canada and Theodore.
Well, we're going to do Theodore too.
Yeah. That doesn't mean I can't go to Theodore twice. You've been to Rocky Mountains twice.
Yeah.
But so because he has to go, fun thing is, he's going to Theodore earlier that year for like a conference. And he's going to get like a 1-day tour of it during this conference.
Oh, wow.
So he'll be able to tour us around. There'll be a tour of myself and Badass Bitch around. Theodore. And then I think he said something about going over into Montana. But now, since we've thrown out that
because it's all the